with everything protein, right? So I want to really go over, some things that are going to help you guys get to your next level goals. And, one of the things that, has been a learning journey for me is like squats and bench presses haven't changed since like the 1700s, probably. I don't know when they were invented, right? But, what really changes you is going to be what we put in our body. And I think you probably already know that. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but now we're going to get a little bit more into understanding why, right? Because then you'll be able to, schedule your day better. When your friends ask you, you'll be able to explain to them better. It'll make sense for you when you're grocery shopping. All these things will start to make more sense for you, okay? So what I want to do first is, what is your next goal? Because I really want you guys to understand how nutrition is going to help you get to your next goal from where you're at. So what is your next goal you're going for? Are you trying to drop some pounds? Are you trying to gain some muscle tone? Or you wanted to do a 5K, right? Are you trying to increase your strength? Like, what is your next goal for you? So we can tie in how protein is going to help you get results. So go ahead and put that in the chat. So let's see what we got so far as people are getting focused. So for me, my goal is actually dropping body fat while keeping muscle. So for me, protein is going to be crucial, because in the past, when I haven't got enough protein and I wanted to drop body fat, I lost fat and muscle. So I worked really hard for this muscle and then I lost it. It's kind of like having a savings and you blow it. And I was like, we're not doing that anymore. So for you, Eldrick is to get down to 10 to 12% body fat. I see him going for those single digits. Let's go. He's going to our mega in Vegas coach training, like ripped, like absolute sweater type of rip. I see you. What's your goal? Put your goal in the chat. And you can't hit a goal you don't have. So if you haven't put your goals to paper, now's the time. Currently 21% body fat, ready for 18%. Giovanna said she about to be the most snatched person in Birmingham. Come on now. Lee Branch is about to have a new Fitspiration. Let's go. Ari said dropping body fat and tone up. Kat said drop body fat and continue to build muscle. Okay, awesome. And keep putting your goals in the chat, you guys, because for example, Ari, right? I'm going to ask you to get a little bit more specific, because if you drop a half a pound of fat, that's technically your goal, but I don't think that's what you're trying to do, right? It's kind of like when we ask the universe, I want to make more money. And the universe gives you $1 and says, go ahead. That's what you asked for. You just weren't specific. So what, you see, Giovanna said 21%. She wants to go to 18%. Specifics, key. Got it. Drop 15 pounds. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, and definitely keep sharing it in the chat, because the more you put it out in the universe, the more it becomes real. So let's go over what is protein, right? Now everybody wants protein chips. They want protein popcorn. They want protein ice cream. They want protein toothpaste next, right? I don't know. But not so long ago, protein wasn't that attractive. What girl here, be honest, thought protein would make you bulky? Put a me in the chat. If you bought that myth at one time, right? Protein is going to make me bulky, right? Another one that's really good is I don't want to lift too many weights. I don't want to get too muscular. You just touch a weight and, Arnold Schwarzenegger muscles come. If it was that easy, I wish it was, right? Holly, Carrie, Ari, thank you for being honest, right? And we're debunking those myths. So let's go over what protein actually is. So protein is a naturally occurring, extremely complex substance that contains amino acids, right? One of the most important things to understand, let me just get rid of this, is that protein is an essential biological compound. Your body needs two main things that it cannot live without. It can't live without protein, and it can't live without fats. It can actually technically live without carbs, because it can change proteins into an energy source. And it can also change fat into an energy source. But our enzymes, our hormones, our antibodies, our hair, our skin, our nails, our structure of our body is protein. And really, once you start to understand that, you'll start to have appreciation for protein and understand how it's so important. You know, I don't know about you, but you probably don't like to rub your hand through your hair and have a bunch of hair fall out, right? You probably don't like to see your hair look the same length for too long. You probably don't like brittle nails. You probably don't like to get sick easily. You probably don't like to have saggy skin, right? All these things are because of a lack of protein, right? So next, let's go into, so why is protein important? So every cell in the human body contains protein. The basic structure of protein is a chain of amino acids. You need protein in your diet to help repair cells and make new ones. Your body is always becoming new. Your skin is always replacing itself. Your stomach lining is always replacing itself. Your bones are always replacing themselves. So one thing to really understand is that your body needs protein. And here's another thing to understand, take notes, is that your body can't store protein. Now, if you look, your body can store fat, but your body can't store protein. So I want you to write down is that protein is a daily requirement. When we have protein in our diet, it is then put into our bloodstream, and it's either absorbed by our muscles to build muscle tone if you've been active, or it's excreted. Your body can't store it. You can't use yesterday's protein for today, right? And what I try to teach people and really understanding is that you can't not wash your car for 3 years and make up for it with a 5-hour wash. I think we all kind of understand that. For anybody that's left their car out for too long, right? You start to see the paint peeling, right? These are things that can't be fixed no matter how good the detail guy is. Why? Because it needs to be consistently taken care of. So when I was a physical therapist prior to Herbalife, I would have so many patients, hip replacement, knee replacement, back issues, starting to hunch over, always tired. We were at Disney like a month ago, and there was like he wasn't even that old, maybe 65, napping in the middle of Disney, just knocked out, right? But if you started to understand that if you go days and days and months and years with little protein, your body starts to take the protein from somewhere. And guess where it takes the protein from when you don't get enough in your diet? Take a little guess. Put it in the chat. Let's say your body needs 100 grams of protein and today you get 70 grams. Where do you think it takes your protein from?
Your muscles.
Let them answer, right? You be cheating on the test, girl. You've heard me say this too many times, right? So yes, it takes it from your muscles. And this is why you'll see people get softer. They get softer. Their weight might not necessarily be changing, but if they're losing a pound of fat, but they're gaining, losing a pound of muscle, but gaining a pound of fat, the scale hasn't changed, but it's definitely not going in the right direction because your body needs to get it from somewhere. And if it takes it from your muscles, that's not a good place to take it because you want it in your muscles for muscle strength around your back, for strong legs, to be able to walk, to have energy. Your muscles are your powerhouses. They have a lot of what's called your mitochondria. This is the powerhouse of your body. It's like your energy generator, right? And who wants that tone look? Who wants to have the tight tone look, right? You want to wear the tank top. You want to wear the, spaghetti straps. You want to wear the leggings, right? This is the era of workout clothes have now become normal everyday attire. We're in a whole new era of humanity, right? Never before. I can't even tell if people are working out now or just going throughout their day. I really can't tell. I'm like, did you just come from the gym? Like, no, this is just how I dress, right? Because now people like to feel and look fit and tone. That comes from muscle. So if you see Roxy right here, right, on the left, she had muscle and she had some, a little bit of stomach fat, not much, but she wanted to build muscle tone. So how did she build it? You see her legs, you can see the muscle definition was, yes, she dropped body fat first, was phase 1. And then phase 2 was muscle gain with adequate protein in both phases, right? So now what you might be asking, okay, I understand, I got to have daily protein. I understand, I want to get that tone look. I understand, I want to drop the body fat. I want to keep that muscle. Well, how much protein do I have? I'm glad you asked, right? So what we're going to do is I want you guys to write down this tool. It's called the Herbalife Lean Protein Estimator. And what this does, Herbalife has a website where it's called the Herbalife Lean Protein Estimator. And when I go, right, onto nutrition calculator, I'm going to put in, who wants to know how much protein they should have a day? Go ahead and come off mute.
I do.
Awesome. Okay. So Ari, how much, what's your age?
37.
37, 27,
37.
37. And what's your height? Why is it in centimeters? I need it in, why is it in centimeters? Let me go back and try to find the English one because Herbalife is all around the country, all around the world. So that's why it's in centimeters there. Okay, so here we go. Boom, this will work. Okay, so female, how much do you weigh?
183.
183. And then how tall are you?
5'6".
5'6". I'm gonna put calculate. So if I scroll down here, it's gonna give me her BMI, which is her height to weight ratio is 30. And her protein factor is 126 grams of protein a day, right? At rest, she's burning on average 1,700 or so calories, right? So now, Ari now knows every day her goal is to get 126 grams of protein, roughly about 500 calories in protein intake, because every gram of protein is 4 calories. Why is this important? Because every day, if Ari gets 70, she's under, losing muscle. 80, she's under, losing muscle. 50, she's under, losing muscle. And this is why you'll find people that are saying they're working out, but they're not seeing results. They're putting in time in the gym and they feel like they're eating healthy, but they're not seeing a change. Why? Because after they're getting high sugar items, they're getting high calorie items, they're getting moderate to low protein items. So one thing that Herbalife is really good at is, number one, now you guys have your kind of your protein goal. Does anybody want else get their protein while we're here on the estimator? Remember, lean protein estimator, right? And then you're going to go to it was actually the first one, is Herbalife Independent Distributor. It's actually, I think, on our coach's website too, under the new wellness evaluations. But this will have you, if you just put in lean protein estimator, it's right there, right? So if nobody else wants theirs before we get it in, right? Now we're going to go over into, okay, well, you might be like, well, 126 grams of protein. Who was like, that's a lot? Who said that to themselves? Ari was like, that's a lot, right? So here is how you're going to get the protein in, right? So what I want you to write down is, you got to spend your calories with intention. This is one thing that I've really seen that sets people apart in their results. It's like, let's say you're on a goal of, you want to consume, right? Ari's base metabolism, meaning how many calories she burns, is 1,700, right? And if Ari wants to lose the next, I think she said 10 to 20 pounds, right? Then what she needs to do is consume less than she burns. So let's say with her workout, she's doing 2,000 calories a day. She does like a 350 calorie workout, right? And let's say she consumes 1,500 calories a day. She consumes 15, but she burns 2,000. That means she has what's called a caloric deficit. And a caloric deficit means that she's now going to have to utilize 500 calories from her fat stores. And write this down. Every pound of fat is 3,500 calories. So it's simple math, right? If you lose 500 calories in caloric deficit 7 days a week, that is 3,500 calories, which is about a pound a week. Now, what we need to really focus on is if we're only going to consume 1,500 calories, how do we make sure we get the 126 grams of protein and the vitamins and minerals we need in those 1,500 calories? Because if you eat cookies and you eat McMuffins and you eat crumble cookie, right? A crumble cookie is 500 calories. That's a third of your calories gone with maybe 2 grams of protein, right? Krispy Kreme, 320 calories, maybe 1 gram of protein. And who eats 1 Krispy Kreme? Usually it's 3 or 4, right? So it's like, now that we know we have 1,500 calories, we get to be very focused with how we spend each 100 calories. So one thing that I recommend is that really focusing on every snack, meal, and shake containing protein. The sweet spot is just break it up. If you're having 2 shakes a day, 1 meal a day, and 2 snacks a day, that's 5 meals. So if we break 125 grams by 5 meals, that's 25 grams a meal, snack or shake. The shake, 24 grams of protein, we're right on, right? Your meal might have a little bit extra protein, maybe 30 grams of protein, and then maybe your snack might have 20. As long as we average out to 25 grams of protein per meal, snack, and shake, we're good. Or you can add in a post-dinner, snack with protein and vegetables, and maybe now at 6 meals, you only have to average 20 grams of protein. This is where you get to figure out. But this is also where you want to start to look at, because I'll see some people post like avocado toast, which isn't bad, but there's not much protein. I'll see them post apples and almond butter. Not bad, but 8 grams of protein and a lot of calories. Almond butter for me is a treat because it's got 200 calories per like 2 tablespoons. And I don't eat just 2 tablespoons, right? It's fire. I be going in. So understanding like each meal, snack, and shake, you have to spend wisely. It's kind of like you're going to a store and you want to make sure you're getting everything you want from the store, right? So really starting to focus on, right, how can I really get these protein grams in that I need wisely? So you guys already have the meals for, your quarter of your plate protein, you've got your vegetables, you got your carbs. The shake is going to be a given, right? You're having 2 scoops and 2 scoops. Or if you're kind of new and you're getting your protein consumption, kind of like learning how to do it with your body, because really you got to build up that digestion. 2 scoops and 1 scoop of protein is perfect to start. But I wanted to also go over a few of my favorite Herbalife products that really help me personally get in the protein throughout the day in between meals, right? And I don't know about you, but for me, I'm not really that hungry first thing in the morning. So I can't do a big meal in the morning. Just for me, we're heading to the gym, right? We have a nutrition cafe. I can't sit there and eat a big meal. I'm just not even that hungry. And also I don't have the time. So the liquid really helps me. So a couple of my favorites to really help add into that protein. Number 1, shake is key. For me, what I do with my shakes is I add a 1/3 scoop of protein, or I do a 1/2 cup of egg whites and a 1/2 cup of liquid water for my liquid base, is what I do. My goal is to get 35 grams of protein per my shake. Because if I do 2 shakes a day at 35 grams of protein, that's 70 grams of my protein that I need. For me, I need 150 to 180 grams of protein a day. So right there, about half of my protein came from my 2 shakes. I personally do 1 in the morning on the way to the gym and 1 right after, because I don't want to eat. I don't like to eat that early, but I can drink a shake and it works, right? So that's personally how I do it, because you want to have the protein around your workouts too. Next thing I do, right, is, I don't know about you guys, but I used to eat a lot of corn nuts when I was a kid, right? The chili verde were my weakness. The blue one, I think it was Cool Ranch, my weakness, right? I like the crunch. That's why I like potato chips. And I can't have one, right? So I don't have none, right? Unless it's treat meal and I can have a whole bag. So I like crunchy stuff like carrots or cucumber, or I'll have some of the chili soy nuts. These are only 100 calories and 9 grams of protein. And they're salty. So I have this with maybe some carrots. And another one of my favorites is going to be the Herbalife protein bars, especially the Achieve bars. The Achieve bars are 230 calories and 20 grams of protein. So it's a good calorie to protein ratio, right? Another one that I like to do, you can do a shake as a snack. So you can do 2 scoops of Rebuild as a snack or as a post-workout. So 2 scoops is only 190 calories and 24 grams of protein. So it's even a good snack. Another thing you can do is, I like pancakes and I like waffles, but what if I could get protein in my pancakes and waffles? So my pancakes, I either make with a protein baked goods mix, or you can use the protein drink mix, either one. This one makes them, I feel like, a little fluffier. So if you like fluffy, this one is specially formulated with not only protein, but more heat benefited ingredients to fluff up and heat. The protein drink good mix isn't necessarily made for that. It's more for blending. So this is going to make it a little fluffier. You can do muffins. You can do a mug cake, right? The mug cake is fire. And, right, if you like little bites, I don't know about you guys, I used to love Crunch bars, right? So we've got protein bites. Now, what you can do is maybe have these at your house or at your office instead of the Snickers bars, right? 4 grams of protein per bite. We just came out with a new flavor, salted caramel, right? I'm about to pop one on the top of my shake and just go in, right? 4 grams of extra protein, and I'm having a good thing. I don't even feel like I'm cheating because I'm not, right? Another one, Roxy freaking goes through these bags like they're Ziplocs. I don't get it, right? These things don't last. If you love coffee, right? I know we got just people with coffee in their veins. I get it, right? I like the smell, right? It smells good. What if you could have all the stuff you want and only 2 grams of sugar and 15 grams of protein? Our mega that we use at our nutrition cafe is 3 scoops. That's 22.5 grams of protein. It's up to you. It's only 3 grams of sugar, 150 calories, right? And some of my other go-to protein snacks around, like with vegetables for like in between meals, are, number one is egg whites. So I'll boil 3 to 4 eggs and I'll take out the yolk. And I'll just have the egg white with a little bit of seasoning, right? Another one is a tuna packet, right? You can take a tuna packet, maybe have some carrots. They average 15 to 20 grams per tuna packet, right? We already said the Herbalife protein bars are great. Another one Roxy really likes are the Oikos non-fat Greek yogurt. Now, one thing for Greek yogurt you want to really focus on is the sugar content, because Greek yogurt usually doesn't taste good. If you've ever had plain non-fat Greek yogurt, it tastes like Elmer's glue, right? So what a lot of companies do is they add 20 grams of sugar to make it taste good, because 20 grams of sugar on anything will taste good. You put it on tree bark and it'll start to taste like a Crunch bar, right? So you want to look for 10 grams of sugar or less, and hopefully 15 grams of protein or more. Max of 300 calories, right? If you're starting to get to 350 and 400 calories, it's going to cut into your calorie total for the day, right? Which is going to have you, maybe over, maybe not getting into that deficit you want. So again, protein is essential. It's going to help you burn fat. It's going to help you build muscle tone. Next step is, how much protein do you need a day? And then how are you going to plan it out with your meals, snacks, and shakes? That's it. Like, plan it out. So I'm going to open it up for questions before I do a quick, what we call a coach's highlight, where I'm going to, highlight some coaches on the team, because you guys, with your results, amazing things can happen. People are going to start to notice, and you can help others and get some free products, bigger discount on your product, and also some extra income. So does anybody have any questions before we do a quick coach's highlight on anything that we shared? What is protein? Why is it important? Any of the products that I shared? Anything? All right, do you have a question? Go ahead.
I like some of the recommendations that you had with getting the extra protein in your corn nuts and all that stuff, the salted caramel protein bar. Stoked about that. The other thing I wanted to ask, is there any like plant like plant-based like sausage or anything like that that would also help? Because
Yes,
sometimes some of the
got it.
sausages that I'm too fatty.
Yeah, I don't eat chicken or beef, so I do a lot of the plant-based options. Some of my favorite brands are Field Roast, because of their calories to protein is pretty good. It's not like Beyond Meat is another one, but they're not that low in calorie. They have a decent amount of fat. They taste really good because they have a decent amount of fat. It's lower than regular meat, but my favorite is Field Roast. My second favorite is Light Life. I also like a brand called Morningstar. And then Beyond Meat is kind of like, I love their taste, but it is a little like, it's kind of like my treat. Like when I'm treating myself with tacos, I'll use Beyond Meat. But like on an everyday lunch, I try to use Field Roast or kind of a mixture. Those are great,
And you said
what's called like meatless options, and you can pair those with a vegetable like spinach, like kale. Like you don't want to just have the protein, you want to have the protein with the vegetable. So you're absorbing the protein because of fiber from the vegetables, the carrots, the spinach, the asparagus is slowing your digestion down enough for it to grab the protein. Good question, Ari.
thank you. No,
Got it.
thank you.
Any other questions? Good to go. All right, so I want to pass it over to Debbie really quick. Debbie, I'm going to let her share results with you. She got great results. And then what happens with results is people start noticing, and we're growing the team. We got so many people we want to help, and we want you guys to know with the results, come an amazing opportunity with being a coach, sharing the products, paying it forward. So I'm going to pass it over to Debbie to share her quick result, and then also what she's been able to do, just helping some of her friends and family, and even now using, social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. And she's only 19 years old, and she's able to do this and really learn skills and build something that, she can have for the rest of her life, if she's healthy for the rest of her life. So Debbie, go ahead, take it away.
What's up, y'all? Hope you guys are having an amazing week so far. So, since I started this journey in October, I've lost 25 pounds. In my first month, I made an extra $400 just helping like friends and family. And like, what's really awesome though is just like being able to like gain all this confidence, and not only that, but like learn about stuff that you can and cannot eat. Like I've learned so many things that I didn't know before. And also what is like really amazing is just being able to help like people like you love, like your parents, your cousins.
Let me ask you this. What's the biggest difference? I'm pulling up your picture right now because I want them to see it. But what's the biggest difference you feel from before to now?
Definitely the confidence. And it's just like really like putting myself out there and like stepping out your comfort zone just really like builds your character.
What made you want to, start off as a product?
It's just like seeing my own results and seeing how possible it is if you really commit to it. Definitely made me want to start helping others. And then once I made some income my first month, it was just motivating me more to keep talking to people and just keep sharing about Herbalife.
There you go. And lastly, what did you do with the $400? What did you do?
So with the $400, I actually use that to buy an iPad. So I use that every time I have like wellness evaluations, and sometimes to get on the calls, take notes.
And here's your result. There you got results. And then I think you said you just posted a TikTok. How many views do you have on your TikTok?
Yeah, so I actually posted a TikTok like 2-3 days ago, and it's already at 150,000 views. And I went up 500 followers on TikTok, and then I had some people on Instagram follow me, and then I had about like 40 girls like reach out to me.
So what she's gonna do is, what she's working on is, all the girls that are interested, they're gonna start what's called a breakfast challenge, which is Sorry, you guys, I wasn't on mute. But I wanted you guys to know that that's how easy it is to start. So for example, she's going to let all those girls know that we're interested about a breakfast challenge. And a breakfast challenge is just $30 for 6 days of breakfast with a meal plan, with a community support, $5 a day. And that's how easy it is to help your friends and family. You don't need to worry about getting them on the program you're on right now, because maybe they hear $200 and they're like, what? They don't see it like you see it. They just start with a breakfast challenge, or they just start with a 3-day challenge. Both are just $30 a day, or $30 for the whole thing. And all you would have to do is, if you are interested, ask your coach, whoever invited you to nutrition class, what would I have to do to help my friends and family? And what is the Future Coach program? So our Future Coach program is where you can learn about the products, about how we earn income as a coach helping others, about how we pair with Herbalife and help them in the community with our partnership with Herbalife. And from there, no strings attached. If it fits for you, we'll show you how to help friends and family. And if you love staying a client, we'll love you as a client. So just wanted you to know, because the team is growing and we know that our clients are our best coaches. So we're going to finish it out there. Is there any questions before we're done? If not, for everybody that's in the Spring Fling Challenge, make sure you keep it up. We've got like a little over like a week left. We're about to be done. And then if you haven't heard yet, we do have a Buns and Guns challenge starting in April. So you don't want to miss out on that. And did you have a question, Antoine?
Yeah, question. It's a crazy question, but it's a real question, because when are the men are going to start to do some things like a 21-day challenge? Because all the women is doing everything. We need to step our game up for real.
It's definitely time for new results. I'm definitely excited about that. And then I was trying to hear what you said. You're talking about the fellas in the challenge stepping up their results.
Yeah, not just only results. It's basically like when we're gonna like get into all this, like all the men. We always see the women just doing everything, with the challenges. Us men need to step our game up a little bit more.
I'm gonna tell you guys, I see the ladies doing it. I'm up early every morning posting my workout and my shake. I'm just looking for the fellas, like, where we at? I know Eldrick is on it. Antoine, I know you on it. And then we just got to keep sharing with more guys. And this is even for all you ladies, your husband, your brother, your dad, your uncle. Like Roxy just got her uncle started. So he'll be in the 21-day challenge soon. So it's definitely for everybody. And what's great is that, one thing that I've seen is that guys are see it people. So just show them the results. They just need to see it. They don't need a whole lot of talking. They just need to see, like Debbie's result. Boom. I showed somebody Debbie's results today. They were ready to get started. 2 guys, I got a wellness evaluation scheduled for Friday. Thank you, Debbie, for our new clients. I appreciate it. Right? They're ready to start on Friday. Because all you got to do is results speak louder than words. So let's keep on with the results. Thank you for being on tonight. I'm going to post a recording. So if you got a friend or family, somebody that wasn't able to be on, definitely pay it forward to them. And you guys, it's Tuesday, right? Workout Wednesday's coming up. Make sure you get it in. Stay consistent. Stay plugged in the community. I'm going to take everybody off of mute.